Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me on this 6th day of Frizzmas. I have a good one today. We're going to be talking all about the new Kayali Sparkling Lychee fragrance, and we're going to talk about the other Kayali fragrances I have in my collection, because why not? So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to smell good too, definitely consider joining this community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm doing great. It is Tuesday night. It's late. I actually have on a faded, not super faded, but pretty grunge look that I did this morning, and I decided to pop on this lipstick that I found from Huda Beauty. It is called Boss. So, you know, if I'm not going anywhere, it's fun to take a little chance with some lipstick that I wouldn't usually wear, but I'll have this look up really soon. I've been wanting to do this video for a little bit because I am starting to have a pretty nice collection of the Kayali fragrances, and I wanted to review the Oud Collection, and I just lost interest in doing that. So we're going to talk about all of it today, but we are going to mainly focus on the brand new one because I was able to purchase that recently in store. I smelled it. I finally, went into a Sephora because, I don't go in too much. And I was like, yes, I definitely want to add this to my collection. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the fragrance. We're going to demo it. I'm going to tell you about any fragrances that I may have in my collection that might give you what kind of vibe this is giving. And then I'm just going to talk quickly about the other Kayali fragrances and how I feel about them. So I hope that sounds good. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I did throw the packaging away because I did purchase this and I was out of town and my bag was already heavy. So I just didn't need to add any more to that, although it probably wouldn't have made a difference. But this is the Kayali Sparkling Lychee 39, and the number stands for the amount of tries they took before they got the fragrance exactly how they want it. That was a new fun fact for me. I didn't know that until Yum Pistachio came out, so I was late to the game on that. I did purchase the 50 ml bottle and it retailed for $89, but I did use Yay Gifting, thank you Sephora, and got 20% off of my purchase. And here is what the bottle looks like. And then the notes are on the back, but I am going to pull up the website just so we can get some more details on this particular fragrance. All right, so I'm on the website, and this perfume comes in 3 sizes. There's a 10 ml, there's a 50 ml, which is this one, and then there's 100 mLs. The 10 ml is $27. Again, this is $89, and then the 100 ml is $125. As far as the product info, the vibe is radiant, cheerful, and confident, and it's in the fruity floral fragrance family. The key notes are black currant, sparkling lychee, and candied violet. So the top notes in more detail, we have black currant, sparkling lychee, Italian lemon, and red apple. The middle notes are rose damascena, not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but I will check, candied violet, and jasmine sambac. And the base notes are sugared amber, cedarwood, musk, vanilla absolute, and sandalwood. This fragrance is vegan friendly and cruelty free. And I like that on the site, Mona gives some layering combos. So you can layer the Eden Sparkling Lychee with Vanilla 28, with Eden Juicy Apple, and with Yum Pistachio Gelato. Obviously you can layer with whatever you want, but these are just some layering combos, and they give some descriptions to that. But this website, of course, will be in the description box because I'm getting good with that, or better. No, I won't say good. Now, hold on. I want to just check out this pronunciation because, I can't leave myself hanging. I'm going to howtopronounce.com, FYI.
Damascena. Damascena.
Damascena. Okay, cool. Rose Damascena.
Damascena.
All right, cool. All right, well, that's that. I wasn't sure, but now I am. I guess we're gonna go ahead and smell this. Like I said, I've smelled it before. I'm gonna let you know what I think. Okay, Now, I'm not the best with fragrance descriptions, so just come into the vibe with me. My friend Sansaray, we were on a chat on one of my videos. She said strawberry pop rocks. I don't think I could give a better description. There is no strawberry in this fragrance, but it feels like there is. And maybe that's the lychee. I really don't know what candied violet would smell like or sugared amber, but it is so fruity and it's so sweet. I wonder, did it say there's jasmine in here? I can't remember. Let me just check. Might have made that up. Oh, there is jasmine. Okay. That I smell the jasmine, but the jasmine is not taking over the fruit. Otherwise, I would have been sad. So it reminds me of like strawberry and apple. Not really smelling any lemon, and that's okay. A lemon would be great. But some of these base notes, I think they may take a little bit of time for me to pick up on them. I am getting some of the vanilla in there as this starts to settle down. But I'm gonna say, if you like the pistachio gelato, if you like the Eat and Juicy apple, especially if you like Eat and Juicy apple, which ironically is not one of my favorites, but this is along that same vibe. I think if you like either of those, that you would really like this. I'm waiting to smell some sandalwood or cedar wood, but I'm not really getting any of that. So I would say overall, that strawberry feeling that I'm getting, that I'm describing as strawberry, I would say is probably the black currant, the lychee, and the red apple. I'm not even smelling any rose at all. I smell jasmine and I smell vanilla. Those are the notes that are sticking out to me, and I really like it. I think that most people would describe this fragrance as a fragrance you would wear in the spring or the summer, but you can definitely wear this at any time, you know, depending on what you like. And you could also layer this with other things. I'm not really getting like amber or anything musky. This is, I don't want to say it's childish, but it's a youthful fragrance. It's youthful. And that's what Eat and Juicy apple and Yum Pistachio, to me, they're very youthful, or maybe cheerful is a better word. I don't want youthful to sound negative, because it's not like a child's fragrance. It's vibrant, it's bright, and I really like this a lot. You know what else I would put in this? I did a review on the Fantasy Cosmetica fragrances. So if you're an indie lover and you have any of them, I would even put the Sorcerer fragrance with this. These very fruity candy type scents that, I mean, they just make you happy. And that's what I think about this. Now, I don't have a lot of comparisons. I only have one, and it's not exact or anything like that, but it would be something that I would put with this. And it is the Carolina Herrera Very Good Girl fragrance. And it's funny because after I smelled this is what came to mind, and I hadn't even smelled it. When I went to look at the notes, I want to say it's lychee in here as well. Can you spell lychee? Do they spell it L-I-T-C-H-I sometimes? No. What is this? A drone? Oh, is lychee the same? Oh, it's all the same. It's all the same tropical fruit. So I'm just making sure. So when I spray, so the lychee note you can smell in both of these. But this is not a dupe. It's not like, if you have this, I would not say, oh, you don't want to get this. They smell different, but I can pinpoint the lychee note in both of these fragrances. So if you have Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera, I could see you really liking this one. I feel like Kayali, there's more notes in here. It's more, I'm not trying to be fancy, but to me, it's more complex. But I love Very Good Girl too. I mean, these would be great together. Pocket pals. That's my take on this Kayali. Now, when I did spray this in the store, I noticed that I could still smell it hours later, but I ended up taking a shower, so I can't tell you about longevity yet. However, I have a feeling that this is pretty long lasting. I like to smell the fragrances that I'm wearing. I do notice at times, like for instance, last week I wore a fragrance and I couldn't smell it at the end of the day, but someone else could. So I thought that was great because, you know, it's 8 hours later, 7-8 hours later. I want to smell it. So most likely, you know, I would reapply this at some point so I can smell it. But I can see this one lasting, you know, a pretty good amount of time. I'm hoping that if you're interested in this fragrance, because I'm still learning how to describe fragrances, I hope that this gave you a good description and understanding of the notes and how this smells. But if I want like something to bring a smile to my face, well, a lot of fragrances do. I'm not going to buy any fragrance that doesn't bring a smile to my face, but this is definitely upbeat and it's cheerful. I would definitely wear this to bed at any time of year. I might wear it out at any time of year, really, but if I had to put it in a season, it would be that spring summer season. So now what I want to do is I want to just go through the Kayali fragrances that I do have. It's not a ton, but it's a good amount, and I don't think I'm gonna like do an official review on all of them. I just want to tell you about the ones in my collection and how I feel about them. Of the Kayali perfumes, a couple of them like Eden Juicy Apple and Vanilla 28, those were some of my very first perfumes, and I got them in the travel sizes, and then I just stopped really wearing them. Since I've gotten into fragrance and new Kayali scents have come out, I did go back and pull out the 2 oldest ones that I have, and I started wearing them again. And my nose is a little bit different. I think it's getting better at describing fragrances. So let's start from the beginning. First, we have Vanilla 28 and Eden Juicy Apple. I think Vanilla 28 is just a staple perfume that anyone could have. I think it's a classic vanilla, like without going into the notes and all that kind of stuff. It's a classic vanilla that's great by itself and is great for layering. I think you could layer vanilla personally with almost anything, but some vanillas you can't. Like for instance, Vanilla Woods. To me, Vanilla Woods by the 7 Virtues has almost like a woody tobacco with it that you might not want to put with certain fragrances. I could see pairing these two together. I could see pairing these two together. I could see pairing these two together. Like, I think that Vanilla 28 can go with pretty much every fragrance that I have. Yeah, it's just a classic vanilla. It's a basic vanilla. And I think that is a great thing. And again, I think that makes it great for layering or wearing it by yourself. By itself, not yourself. Now we have Eden Juicy Apple, which is the other one I have. And you can see these two, I told you I tabled them. I put them away for a while, so they're still pretty full. Now, Eden Juicy Apple is gonna be a great pair with Sparkling Lychee. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for Eden Juicy Apple. I have a couple apple fragrances because I also have the Apple Blossom from Floral Street. Apple Blossom, yeah. I'm not always in the mood for them. Apple fragrances, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, they remind me of like a shampoo, and I'm just not always feeling that. However, this is another one that you can layer. I can imagine putting this with Angel Share, you know, adding to that cognac and spice and giving it more of an apple pie vibe, like crisp fall. I can layer this with Vanilla 28 or another vanilla fragrance. So there's a lot of possibilities. So I don't dislike this at all. It's just that sometimes I'm not in the mood to wear it. That could be with any fragrance. I think apple and vanilla go really well together. So yeah, this is definitely another one that's great for layering. And I mean, you can layer any perfume, but I'm saying that because when I'm not in the mood for something, sometimes I'll layer it to just give the fragrance a different twist. And that's usually what I'll do with Eden Juicy Apple. It is really good though. The next fragrance I got from Kayali was probably Lovefest Burning Cherry. And you can see this is new. So I already went through my travel spray of that. I just finished it and I was like, I really love this. I think cherry is, I don't even know more than vanilla. Cherry might be my favorite perfume note. I absolutely love cherry perfumes and I try try. I like to try all the cherry perfumes that I can. So if something has a note of cherry and not cherry blossom, I'm talking about like edible cherry, like that boozy cherry or the sour cherry. I'm still trying to differentiate between all of those, but I will try it. And I think Burning Cherry is so good. It's like cherry and raspberry. There's also some praline. There's also Palo Santo. There's also like a wood note in there. It's really, really good. There's patchouli, but not in a way that I dislike, because patchouli can definitely be off-putting for me. Oh my gosh, there's just enough of everything in Burning Cherry. If I had to pick a favorite, this one would probably be, no, not probably, this would be in the top. So let me just see, I'm just making a little list. This isn't a ranking because I haven't thought about it that deep. After Burning Cherry probably would be Yum. So you see, I don't have a whole lot. Like, she has a lot of other fragrances. Like, there's like the Utopia, there's the Diamond Pink Pepper, and I haven't even smelled all of those. There's Invite Only. Like, she's got a bunch. I'm still exploring the house. But this one right here, this is, I mean, you're talking about ice cream, rum, hazelnut. There's pistachio. The pistachio in here is not a nutty pistachio, and I've smelled some pistachio fragrances since then, and none of them are like this. There's cotton candy. There's whipped cream in this. It's a good time. This is a good time scent. I've not smelled anything like this. Now, if I was to rate this, and because of how unique this is, I'm gonna put this in the top right now, because I don't have anything that smells like that. Nothing. The next two scents I purchased were the wedding fragrances. And we have the Silk Santal and the Velvet Santal. And I believe that Mona wore the Silk Santal and her husband wore the Velvet Santal. This is another fragrance that I feel, if you didn't smell it, you could read the notes, and I don't know what they are, I can't remember. Oh my gosh. You could even wear this with the lychee scent. You could, do I like this more than Vanilla 28? Because there's vanilla in there, but there's like some florals in there, but not floral in a way that I would dislike. It's just so beautiful. Maybe you would say it's almost like a vanilla musk. It's gorgeous. I can definitely imagine someone getting married in that fragrance. It's got a brightness to it, but a whole different vibe than the pistachio gelato and the lychee and the Eden Juicy Apple. It's different. It's just more like classy, I would say. And then the Velvet Santal. Oh my gosh. This, and I think this is what her husband wore, but if I had to pick, this one. Now, this one, I'm not sure. I have to go back and look. I'm not gonna do it right now. This one smells like it has tonka bean in it. And then together, can you imagine wearing these together? I think I'm gonna wear these to work tomorrow. Beautiful. They are beautiful fragrances. So I gotta put that on my top right there. And then lastly, I have 3 out of 4 of the Oudgasms, because I gave one to Dr. Ash when I saw her last week, because she was gonna buy a bottle, and I was like, just take this one for now to like hold you over if you're almost done with the one that you have. And the one that I gave her is the one that I thought I would love the most. So we'll start there. That was the Tobacco Oud. I thought I would love Tobacco Oud because I absolutely adore Tom Ford Tobacco Vanilla. That is like one of the earliest fragrances that I tried. My friend Jen, her channel is Al Feisty, sent me like a decant of it, and I was just in love. I don't know, it's just a familiar scent, and I just loved it. But I think that now that I'm thinking about this, the vanilla and the Tobacco Vanilla, that combo is what I really loved. And Vanilla Woods gives me a similar feeling to that, even though there's no tobacco in there. Tobacco Oud, to me, on me, smelled like licorice or root beer. I didn't like how it smelled in the air, and I didn't like how it smelled on my skin. I tried to like it, and then I was like, I'm just gonna layer it with Tobacco Vanilla, and I didn't even like that. It just wasn't my vibe, or it just didn't mix with my body chemistry, although that's definitely my type of scent. But for some reason, you know, that happens. Certain things just may not interact with our chemistry the way that you want it to. So I did give her that because otherwise it was just gonna sit here. And then we have Cafe Oud and Rose Oud. Honestly, I wanted to get all four because I wanted to talk about all four. I ended up talking about none until tonight, but the vanilla and the tobacco, those are the ones I should have went with, but I didn't even like the tobacco when I layered it with the vanilla. Now, the Cafe Oud and the Rose Oud. So this fragrance is supposed to have a coffee note, and I've smelled other coffee fragrances that, I mean, it's the same note. And I'm just not a fan. To me, it doesn't smell like coffee. I don't know what it smells like. To me, this actually smells like it has rose in it. It layers really well with Rose Oud. And I don't know what I was thinking about when I got the Rose Oud, because I don't dislike rose. I don't at all. But it just wasn't anything that, they're just not my scents. They're just not. Let me know how you feel about those. I have a hard time describing them, but they're just not giving what I need them to give. I did, however, enjoy the Vanilla Oud. That was not a surprise because, like I said, vanilla is one of my favorite perfume notes. But I can say that, let's see, I don't think this is going to measure up to Vanilla 28 for me. Yeah, no. But I think Vanilla 28 is better. So this is good though. You know what this will go really well with? I think I'm getting something on my lip. Oh no, Kara. That's my lipstick playing around. Hold on, let me fix myself up and get myself together. Let me get you some sandwiches. Y'all remember that from Bad Santa? I'm getting so excited. I be getting excited. And then when I go back and look at my editing and stuff, I done smeared makeup. Like, it's off the chain. Let me make you some sandwiches. You know, Tyrone put on Bad Santa too the other day, and I'm not like somebody that's like a prude or anything. I just thought it was so nasty and raunchy. Like, I didn't enjoy it at all. I just was disappointed and disgusted. I don't know if that's how the first one was, because all I remember is the grandmother saying, let me make you a sandwich. Let me make you some sandwiches. Okay, I made a decision. That sounds like RuPaul. Vanilla 28 is above Vanilla Oud. Now, Vanilla Oud has this woody note that would go very well with this one. Let me grab it here. This is my baby right here. Woodphoria by Boy Smells. So Vanilla Oud and Woodphoria would be great. Oh my gosh, they would be so good together. And I think you could layer the Vanilla Oud with a lot of these other ones, especially I would have to try it with the Sparkling Lychee. Like, if you wanted to give the lychee smell like a little, you know, woody kind of note. But that's my collection. That's all I have. I know I'm missing some of her other classics, but I'm okay with that right now because my fragrance collection is, you know, it's growing and I'm discovering what I like. But I would say, for the most part, I like all of the Kayali fragrances I have. I just don't care too much for Cafe Oud and Rose Oud. And it's just a matter of personal preferences. I don't think they're horrible or anything like that. They're just not my style. But just going back to our newest addition to our collection, this is a definite yes. This is a definite, like, no regrets here. It's so feminine feeling to me, although anyone could wear anything, but it's just so like candy and happy. It's juicy. It is so good. I think you could layer this new one with a lot of different perfumes in her collection and create something very custom and special. The Oud Collection just wasn't for me. I still think Vanilla 28 is a classic vanilla. The Wedding Collection, if you got your hands on these, because I don't know if they're still available, man, I definitely could get larger sizes in these. And together, they are just gems. Burning Cherry. When it comes to cherry fragrances, like, that's, yes, okay, that is a yes for me. Juicy Apple, like I said, I have to be in the mood, but this layers well with so many other things that I'm not gonna have an issue using it. And I think that is everything. That is my Kayali Collection. I would like to continue to smell more of the fragrances that they have, but right now I really don't need to add anything because I'm very satisfied with what I have, and I'm so happy to add our little friend to my little basket of Kayali perfumes. Let me know whether or not you purchased the Sparkling Lychee, and let me know which are your favorite fragrances from Kayali. And again, my comparison in my collection for the Eden Sparkling Lychee is Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. And I think this is the only other perfume that I have in my collection that has a lychee note. And so I can definitely smell the lychee in the Sparkling Lychee. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for another one. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and you know I will see you tomorrow. Bye.